Greetings YouTube and welcome to the Blue Corner, and it's time once again for some OCG tournament results. And I've got two tournaments to go over here. Both are teams, so some of these results you do have to take with a little bit of grain of salt, especially since we don't have the records posted. But I am getting at least a clear, somewhat of an idea of where the format is going to be shifting over there. Obviously, when we get Vitalisity over here, it might be a little bit different because we are more likely to play certain clans over others. Japan, as we know, has their bias towards waifu and girl clans as opposed to us not. We're more likely to play Shadows and Kumo and such forth. So that being said, let's get into this. So first up, we have the Kanto VGCS standard format 64 teams. So this was a pretty big one. And it was won by Murakumo, Angel Feather, and Great Nature. Second place was Royal Paladin, Angel Feather, Oracle Think Tank. Third place was Gold Paladin, Murakumo, and Great Nature. Fourth place was Shadow Paladin, Murakumo, and Angel Feather. And as far as the clan numbers go, Murakumo at 33, Angel Feather at 30, OTT at 29, 23 Shadows, 21 Royals, and 14 Great Nature. There's your, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's your top 6 decks of the format. So Great Nature just barely out of the top 5. But otherwise, I feel like these are your top decks at this juncture at least. Then for what was played, here's your first place Murakumo deck list. This is the Shiryuki build. There's this and one other build that seems to be head and shoulders above the other ones. And I honestly like this one more, and I'll talk about it in a little bit. Then you've got your Angel Feather and your Great Nature, the Hamsuke build. I should point out that Hamsuke Great Nature has starting to take off following its win from Worlds. So, yeah, don't say that North America doesn't have an influence on Japan, because apparently we do. And then here's your second place deck list, Royal Paladin, Angel Feather, and Oracle Think Tank. Moving down to third place, we have Gold Paladin, Murakumo, the not Shiryuki build. So this is the other way that I've seen the deck played. A heavier emphasis on the Dueling Dragons, plus the 1 RR grade 3, where I believe if he doesn't hit, you either clone a rearguard or you copy a rearguard and add to your hand. I do believe though he's a Shadow Stitch clone and attack type thing. I could be wrong though. And what is this one? This is Great Nature. Yes, and it's also the Hamsuke build. Then for third place, we have Shadow Paladin. This guy is not playing Gust Blaster Dragon. And then we've got this Kumo list, which is playing Shiryuki, and this Angel Feather deck list. And that's it for that one. Then we have the fourth Tri-Crit VGCS standard format 36 teams. It was won by Shadows, Murakumo, Angels. It was second place Kumo, Angel Feather, Golds. Third place Golds, Royals, Angels. Fourth place Great Nature, OTT, and Shadows. And as far as the numbers go, Angel Feather was the most played deck, followed by Shadows, and then Murakumo and Royal Paladin were tied for third most played deck. And you've got OTT and a surprising number of Gold Paladins being played. Wait, how many Great Natures are in here? 8. Okay, so there were 8 Great Natures, so they got more play than Golds, which makes sense. And as far as what was played, we have our first place deck list, which is Shadow Paladin featuring Gust Blaster Dragon. Second place, the Shiryuki build of Murakumo. And third place, Angel Feather. Now, if we move down a little bit, second place, the other build of Kumo. Then you've got Angel Feather and then Gold Paladin. Moving on to third place, got Gold Paladin, Royal Paladin. What is that? 10 VRs. Oof. And it's only going to get worse when Royal Paladin's Wave 3 comes out, which we get, Messianic Lord Blaster. That's another VR you get to add to the mix. And then Wave 5 is probably, Wave 4 is probably going to be Arc Saber Dragon. That's another VR. Like, we're looking at potentially 12 VR decks when it comes to after Wave 3 and Wave 4. Then you've got your Angel Feather deck list. And then lastly, we've got Hamsuke Great Nature, Oracle Think Tank, and Gust Blaster Shadow Paladin. So, what can we take away from these tournaments? Well, Murakumo is continuing to do very strongly. In fact, I'm going to be bold here and make the claim that they're actually the best deck in the format now, as the addition of the Shiryuki engine for the one build adds a new layer of both offense and defense, and it makes it a control deck, like aggro control, instead of being like Kagero or Naru's where you're just removing your opponent's options while smacking with them down with your own cards. Kumo is just maintaining a constant pace of aggression while preventing your opponent from doing things such as re-riding or re-standing. They can also disrupt your offensive output through Shiryuki's guard effect, or they can just ride Shiryuki and kill you because she's a delete on ride. So you Zanbaku your opponent for a turn or two, continue to poke, and then you just ride Shiryuki, neg their Vanguard by 10, and then just swing for game. And against a lot of clans, that's going to get you there. Like against Protect, that should easily win you that matchup. And the addition of Shiryuki makes it so that your less favorable matchups, at least what were your less favorable matchups, such as Neo Nectar and Shadow Paladin, become much more winnable. Like, I actually don't know if Neo Nectar can beat Kumo now as opposed to before. I don't know how the Kumo versus Shadow Paladin matchup is at this time, but I do think it's much closer than it was before. And then on that note, Angel Feather is still doing quite well, at least over there. I don't know if it's going to see the same level of success over here because North America metagame so hard for Angel Feather at Worlds. I could see, I don't know. Maybe we'll play more Angel Feather at the upcoming ARGs, but who knows? But I do think the Kumo, how much play Kumo has, will repeat over here. We'll probably actually I could see us playing more Shadows. More Shadows followed by Royals and Angels, then Oracle Think Tank. I don't know if Oracle Think Tank is going to be as successful over here as it is over in Japan. But I could be wrong on that. Great Nature, I think, will continue to play, as people still feel pretty emboldened by its win from Worlds, and apparently so does Japan, given that the fact that all the Great Natures we have seen so far are Hamskes. And as far as the builds go, I feel like this Kumo list is better than the other Kumo list. I just like what Shiryuki and her engine does for the deck. And granted, this also means that Shiryuki is going to be a pretty pricey card. And as such, if you're really thinking about picking up this clan, you need to act on it now, because the Kumo PGs are only going to go up in time. Zanbaku is going to go up in time as well. Shiryuki is probably going to be one of the more expensive triple Rs, at least I would think so, but given that it's still Kumo, it always will have that stigma attached to it being not a very good clan from way back in the day. Even though, I mean, granted, we knew Kumo, at least most of us knew Kumo was good when AL4 dropped, but yet it was still one of the cheapest clans in the set. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kumo is still one of the cheapest clans in Violence the Leader, or maybe the West has woken up and realized, oh shit, this clan's actually really insane, and the cards prices will reflect this. Who knows, but we know what the next year, half year's worth of sets coming out will consist of, and if you're looking at picking up any of the clans coming out in this time, Kagero, Link Joker, Nova Grappler, Narukami, and such forth, start grabbing the staple cards now. That way you won't be caught with your pants down realizing, oh shit, I don't have PGs or Rising Phoenix or Berserk Dragon. I should probably grab those. And as far as like what VRs to grab, at least for Nova Grappler, you could just not worry about it because Perfect Riser is ass and you will definitely not be playing it in the new deck. Link Joker, who knows what's going to happen here. Like, ideally, deleters get their 5 needed cards to be a good deck, but I can also see that set focusing solely on Brand, and then the set after that is Messiahs, which, okay, so deleters get their one set and they will be forever a Gimped deck, who knows? But anyway, I'm just kind of going on here. What we need to just take away from this, again, is that Kumo is really good. Link Joker is continuing to flop. Granted, more people played it in the first tournament than the last one, but it's just not able to function in what else? And surprisingly enough, Gold Paladin saw more play this weekend and success this weekend than I had seen in like other ones. Like, I don't understand why Gold Paladin is doing better now as opposed to last format when OTT and Angel Feather were much more prominent in the format. I don't know. I also wonder how their matchup against Kumo goes, because I imagine Shiryuki is just a bad time, but maybe I'm wrong here. In any case, that's all for now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, this is Blue Star 9, jacking out.